big smile. Okay.
I feel like you're my producer.
Stand by, floor director here. There we go. Okay. All right. And we are live with Flo Vinger. Yay.
Hola.
You know, there's always this energy that starts to like, oh my God, are we going to make it on time? Are we going to make it on time? I'm going to sit and hit the recording. Record onto the cloud. Okay, we are set. It's going to take just a few minutes for everybody who is here every day to find us. Okay. But let me introduce the amazing Flo Vinger from Ving Vodka, who is joining us today. Let me get into the area where I see all of our friends come and join us. So we have an amazing group of, so Susan Harrison is here, Cynthia Berman is here, Teresa Anderson is here, and she says she's so excited because because Teresa and both Cynthia were all on the Instagram that we did earlier.
Awesome.
We had a great time. We went on Flo's page and we were there for what was supposed to be a 1.5 minute promo for about 40 minutes, right?
That's how we do it.
And then we went over to my IG page and spent about 10 or 15 minutes. It was great. So I want to, so Cynthia says, hi, Flo, love you, she says.
Hey, Cynthia, we got to give a shout out to you because the pictures that you took at your Airbnb spot are amazing. Yes, and I looked at your walkthrough and your place, the work that you did on that barn is phenomenal. Phenomenal. So thank you so much for those pictures. They're awesome. And everybody should go rent that Airbnb.
They absolutely should. Full House Fallbrook. And I was going to actually mention this to you, is that's how I discovered Ving Vodka. Is my designer Thomas Myers said, did someone say vodka? So he's here right now. Sherry Bross is here. Roseanne Heidemann is here. There we go. We're going to talk all about it. So I discovered Flo Vinger and Ving Vodka because the day that Cynthia and I were doing our live at Full House Fallbrook, where everybody should go rent that Airbnb, she exclusively serves Ving Vodka. And we had a long conversation about it. And your Instagram, Brigitte, was also interacting beautifully with us, which made our live much more energetic. So hopefully she'll be here today as well. Oh, and Cynthia just invited you to come stay there as her guest.
Oh, Cynthia.
So there you go.
You know what I'm bringing. Cases and cases.
So Verica Robinson is here and Charlene Hortzman is here. So I just want to say a couple of things. We have a huge group of women who join us and some very distinctive men who this is a place for them to come and hang out every day at 3 o'clock. And they are really inspired by stories, stories of perseverance, stories of the fact that by the time we all get to be a certain age, we've had a journey. Those journeys have gone up and come down. We've hit walls. Some are harder than others, but some people are able to pull themselves up during that journey and keep going forward, and others are crushed and crumbled. So if you are a female distiller, female visionary who is in an industry that is predominantly not younger women, I'm sure, you know, there's women winemakers, you know, it's not all about being a woman all the time, but, you know, there's several factors that make us not the norm. And you are not the norm in vodka making.
I've heard that my whole life. Even before I started doing that.
So she started, I found out this morning, as a dancer in New York City. So, so before, just because I don't want to interrupt you, I just want to say hello because people love it. Sherry Bross is here. Verica Robinson is, Charlene Hortzman, Lisa Bigelow Hampton is here. Roseanne, I said, Sue Wright. Do you know any of these people? Debbie Smith, Susan
I know them
Foreman.
all.
Do you? Susan Foreman?
Every single one of them.
I know them all too now. And Robin Dickinson. So hello, everybody.
Robin, what's up,
and
Robin?
George Mack is here. Oh my God, George
and I go way
here.
Back.
I know he loves vodka. He used to drink it in high school. I remember that.
We can talk about that too.
We can talk about that. So from dancer who studied at some really amazing places in New York City to vodka maker. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so my story is actually started as a go-go dancer, believe it or not.
I love that.
Not a pole dancer. Not that there's anything wrong with pole dancing, but you know,
but you don't study at Martha Graham in order to end up on a pole.
Yeah, but I loved dancing so much. I was just like actually going to Parsons School of Design in New York City.
Oh my gosh.
I thought I was going to be an artist, and I would just dance at night to make a little extra cash because I just love to dance. And I was like, wow, I really love this. And I was like, what am I going to do over the summer? I didn't know what I was going to do. So I was thinking about, I was like, maybe I should take dance more seriously. And I was riding a subway, and it was, you know, I saw these signups for Alvin Ailey, and I was like, no, I don't really want to take it that seriously. Like, that's a lot of commitment. And then just randomly, I was riding a subway, and on to my right was a folded up newspaper. And on the top of the newspaper said, Alvin Ailey summer sign up classes closes today.
What was
and
it?
I was like,
whose classes?
It said Alvin Ailey summer sign up classes closes today. Like today was the last day. And I saw that, and I was like, oh my God, I just need to do this.
But who is that?
Alvin Ailey is passed away, God bless his soul, but he was a beautiful African-American dancer who took African-American dancing into the mainstream.
I think I remember him actually. Did he started out in Harlem and brought those dancers out of Harlem?
Yeah, I mean, I think actually, I don't know if it was Harlem. I don't remember like back detail, but his dancing was all about the African-American culture and taking people who are very trained and utilizing them with their training and doing his choreography. So it was a very stylized type of dance that he was doing. And it was just very soulful, all about drumming. And he incorporated like some Horton technique and other types of, and even Martha Graham technique. That's where I learned about Martha Graham. And all of these people are just rule breakers, amazing, amazing human beings. What they've done. Martha Graham too was an amazing human being. And she created her own style of dance, all about contractions and release. And they're just so fascinating how they just have changed the game. And I guess I'm attracted to that because I'm always, my friend Brian always makes fun of me and tells me I'm always like, the world's first. I'm like, yeah, but it is the world's first.
But you know, there are people that are born to be game changers, right? Like nobody has the same journey and nobody was put here for the same reason. So if you were inputted with this game changer, I've got to be the first at everything, I think that's, your friend can make fun of you if he wants, and I know he does it lovingly, but I would applaud that. And our audience who is watching right now, this is why they're watching, because they want that piece of themselves to find courage in your story.
Right. I think honestly, like I'm a rebel at heart, you know, and I hate when people tell me no. I think it's like the most obnoxious. Oops. I lost this.
I love it though. Your logo showed up on the screen. So that's beautiful. And while your logo is there, that's okay. While your logo is there, I just want to say this one thing. Yeah. There you go. I tell my audience all the time that I don't have a sponsor, a food sponsor, and
I'll sponsor you.
I wouldn't take one because I mean, I would take one in that I'd have to truly believe in it.
Yes.
In order for me to actually, I make recommendations all the time. And so I really want everybody to know that we are here talking because I am inspired by your story. I'm inspired by what this vodka is, and we're going to be tasting it in just a minute. There's a story behind that as well. And so I really want them to know that my being here with you today is for real, honest reasons. Because I believe in you, your story, and your vodka. So,
you're so sweet. Okay.
And you can sponsor me if you want, because I do.
Well, now you just made that official by saying all of that, because now I'm going to take that clip and put it somewhere. But good. Thank you. Okay. You're so generous with your compliments, and I'm very flattered. Thank you very much. And
you're welcome.
It's lovely to meet all your fan base and kind of like talk about just. I think being inspired is one of the most important things to give to people, honestly. Right. And wherever you get it, I don't care if you look at a lemon and you think it's the most beautiful thing in the world. If it inspires you to make a fresh cocktail or, to go garden, like whatever inspires you. And what inspired you was your love for your kids. And that's why you were where we were talking about, like,
you family.
Know, so
family and friends and, everything. And Verica says you're a trailblazer, and a couple of other people. I just want to say this, and then we're going to go back to your story. Sherry Gaskins, Jesse Quintero, who is a liquor distributor, Kelly Lee Sigler, Verica Robinson's from Arkansas. Yay, I love Arkansas.
Arkansas, what's up?
Yeah, Charlene Hortzman is here, Heather is here, and Tawny Bennett White is here. So go back.
We're slowly getting a woman. We're slowly getting a women's basketball team together. I don't know if you've noticed that. But.
There's a lot of good men here. Sure enough, Doug Eisner will show up here real soon. So anyway, so you saw this crumbled up piece of paper with this dancer's name on it, and it said,
he had Alvin Ailey created a school in New York City, and at the time it was on the west side. Now they have an extraordinary building midtown in New York City, and it's just it's beautiful, but at the time it was on the west side, because it was not as well known as it is now. But anyway, I said, this is a sign, and I grabbed the paper and I ran to Alvin Ailey on the west side, and I just like sweating, and I ran up the steps, and I ran to the back office. It was like holding the newspaper because, well, today's your last day. Can I please sign out, please? So they took me in, and they're like, yeah, come on in. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. I just feel like it was meant to be. And I had I am not someone who, even though I'm in show business and I've been on camera, I've been an actor, writer, director, dancer, all of that stuff. I really have no impetus to be famous. Even doing this, it was never my goal to be famous. I'm really about doing something pure and something that inspires me and something that, people love. I do I'm a people pleaser. So, except for when it comes to, my parents, if they make me mad, then I'm like, no, forget it. I'm not, it's all my way or the highway. So,
typical daughter.
But yeah, so that's what inspired me to do Ving Vodka, because I just really wanted to do something different in the spirits industry. And,
but how did vodka relate to Alvin Ailey?
Well, I guess the only way it related was when I was a dancer in New York. Yes, I ate a lot of cheese pizza. I'm not going to deny that, and a lot of pasta, but you're very conscious about your body, regardless if you're, drinking or eating or smoking or whatever, because a lot of dancers do smoke, but that's not really here nor there. But, you are very aware of what your body looks like, how it feels, because that's your livelihood. That's what you do every single day. And you're so in tune with your body. So the reason I created Ving, I might have to plug my battery in.
Yeah, maybe that helps.
Yeah. So in a minute I'll do it, but when you're talking, I'll go run and get something. But anyway, so I created Ving Vodka because nothing like this existed, and I was learning about alcohol. And so basically my sister-in-law and my stepmother had cancer, and at that time, maybe it was about 8 years ago, kale was really prevalent. Remember the whole kale craze?
Oh, yeah. And I grow it out back in my garden.
Yeah. So all of that was kind of culminating with me, learning how to order a cocktail, because I was getting older and I just didn't know how to drink. And I was like, I'm ridiculous. I don't even know how to order my own drink. And so all these kind of things came together with my dance career and health and fitness and wellness, and thinking, oh my God, that's why I can't relate to alcohol, because they don't tell you what's in the alcohol. They're not transparent with their brands. And I was like, well, has anyone ever done like a kale vodka or anything with produce and a fresh fruit, like really true ingredients, and that's when I thought of the idea of has anybody done that? And I'll infuse a kale with something and something. And then it took me on this 4-year journey to find the perfect recipe to make this infused vodka, but also knowing that I was going into it and pushing against these billion-dollar companies that I'm going to be a little bit of,
and even finding a distributor to take on your brand, because you can't sell directly to the retailer. You have to have a distributor, correct? Isn't that part of the law?
That is correct, unless you get the licensing. So I actually did get my ABC license in California, so I can sell direct to retailer, but you have to jump through a lot of hoops to do that.
Right.
It's a lot of paperwork, and you want to do everything above board and have it be legal.
So tell me this, if it took you 4 years to create this recipe,
yeah,
I'm just thinking you're so serious right now. And you were just such a hotsy-totsy this morning. It's like,
well, I'm worried my phone's gonna die. I'm
oh
like,
my God. Okay, go grab your plug. I'll talk about this. I want to say hello to Susan Foreman. Yes, I can see you. I can see your name. I thought I mentioned it earlier, so I apologize. And everybody else is still here and watching. Andy Adabashi, thank you. I saw that you were a little late, but that's fine. And I also saw you when you came to our Instagram. So yep, everybody's here. All the regulars. Doug Eischer is the only one who hasn't shown up, but hopefully at some point he will. So, and everybody else who's new is coming, and I really, really appreciate you being here. I will tell you, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this, and I'm hoping that Flo can hear me, but I've talked about this. Can you hear me, Flo?
I can.
Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about the difference between the Food and Drug Administration, who oversees all food, and there you are. She's back.
I'm back.
Okay, and the ATF, the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearm Division of the United States government. So what my audience has heard me talk about before is that all food that is produced other than that which is grown out of the ground must have a product label on it. And that product label is determined by the Food and Drug Administration. So even this bottle of Perrier has to have nutrition facts on it. And it does, 0000, but it still has to have by law. Alcohol does not have to have by law any label at all.
That's true.
And the reason why is because alcohol is governed by the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearm Division of the United States government instead of FDA. And I talked to them about dry farm wines because they bring in wines, as well, Flo, from out of the United States that is truly fermented wine. And that the wine that we're drinking out of Napa Valley and other areas of California and this country are adding piles of sugar, piles of coloring, piles of flavoring, piles of, whatever else they need to put.
Sulfites, histamines. I've even read in some wines they put in like fish guts or something. I don't know why.
Well,
but it's all. I don't know. I mean, you're either looking at flavoring, coloring, and mouth feel. So you're looking at the viscosity in your mouth, how it feels. They want to change that. Yeah. And then you're looking at keeping it clean, so it doesn't make people sick, like preservatives.
Right. And so let me just reach over here. I don't want to drop it here. That would be the worst thing that happened ever on a live show.
You may just strategically get more vodka mailed to you.
Is Ving Vodka is the very first vodka that actually is voluntarily putting their nutrition label on the back. So here it is.
That was extremely important to me to be completely transparent. And when I started Ving Vodka I think I launched like 3.5 years ago. There was even so much laughter at me for creating a brand like Ving that was completely transparent and showing all the serving facts and showing all the ingredients and showing what I do have and what I don't have. And I just also starting with something organic. A lot of companies don't use organic ethanol. So
and I want you to know that the only liquor distributor who happens to be on this call right now is applauding the fact that you put the label on. He sent a clap. So thank you, Jesse. So look, I'm just going to say this. This is the other thing that I find to be absolutely infuriating is when on the nutrition facts label, they will put 2 tablespoons and it's 110 calories. So you think, oh, good, I can have, you're thinking that a serving is like in your mind, because my serving is a cup, but they are saying 2 tablespoons. Well, you know how many tablespoons are in a cup?
Yeah.
16 tablespoons in a cup.
10 million.
Yeah, exactly. 10 million. Exactly. And so, you're very honest here, very transparent. What you say, it's 1.5 fluid ounces. Servings per container is 17. So you're paying what for 17 servings? usually.
You mean like for a whole bottle? You're paying, that's the kale, lemon, cucumber, Ving Vodka infused.
Yes.
So that's about 20 to 32. And we talked about pricing too and how important that was.
Yes.
And then the corn, so you're getting like 13 cocktails out of one bottle.
Right. There's 40% volume of alcohol, which is 80 proof. I think that's good, right?
Yeah, it's average.
Yep. And there's 97 calories in this particular vodka.
So there's 65 calories per 1 fluid ounce. And the only reason I know that is because I sent Ving Vodka to a lab to get analyzed by the lab.
Right.
And because I want to ensure all the results too.
So in the 1.5 fluid ounce, you didn't cheat because nobody takes a 1 ounce shot. 1.5 is usually where everybody really, like if you're at home and you're
making 1.5, I think is 97 calories.
It is. I just read it. And you were very honest about that, is that you didn't mark this as 65. You marked it as 97 because serving size is 1.5. You could have cheated. Nobody's watching. Do you know what I mean?
I would never do that to you.
I know. Or to your customers. That's for sure. I love that.
You are my customer.
So what did you have to overcome in the 4 years when you were making this recipe, Flo? Like, who was pushing back on you? Who was telling you, don't be ridiculous? And you said your sister-in-law. So now, are you married or you're not married?
No, it was my brother's wife.
Your brother's wife. Okay, there you go. Not that it's any of my business, but I thought I'd ask.
No, please ask. I love personal questions.
Okay.
You can ask me anything you want and I'll answer with a non-serious, real answer. For me, I am very proactive and I usually don't talk to a lot of people about what I do because I feel that when people give you advice, they're always coming from their place of what their experience is or what their limitations or what, what they think they can do or what the judgments that they put on you is like someone who knows you for 10 years, like, oh, you're crazy. Like people would say that about me, like, I have no business going into the alcohol industry. Why? Like, there's nothing in my track record that would say, go do that, Flo. You should go and make alcohol and sell alcohol and push back against the entire industry and make something that's completely transparent and challenge the status quo. Like, even if I hear myself saying that, I'm like, why am I doing this? But, it's just, because I believe in it. That's the answer is I believe that I've made Ving Vodka to be a very special alcohol. And I also believe I made it to be a very special brand. So during those 4 years, I didn't really tell anybody like what I was doing only until even thinking about it, I was like, I mulled it over for so long and I did so many experiments in my house. Like I can show you. I still have my bottles. Like, what does that say? 816.
Yeah.
Can you read it?
Yeah.
So that was was one of my tests. I don't know why I still have
it. And so you took vodka and you infused it or put Gale because, let me tell you, I made simple sugar, right? This is the simple sugar.
Did you infuse it?
Yeah, that's why it turned colors, right? Because the wood of the rosemary turned it a color. So if you're infusing vodka with kale, and why isn't it not turning green? Why is it still clear?
It actually does. So that's an excellent question. It actually does turn green. So it turns this gorgeous, beautiful, like almost neon green color. And then the same thing with the cucumber, but you just give it a couple of days and it doesn't look like that at all. It starts getting, because the chlorophyll, the sun coming and hitting it, it changes color. And that's why beers are always in brown bottles because they don't want it to change the taste and like the color or whatever.
So is it a matter of do you put the clear bottles out in the sun? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying?
So because of that, I love the green color, but I was like, I know there's no way unless I put preservatives in this that I can actually keep that color. The only choice was to accept the fact that it turns like a weird brown color, which, you have to be, think a little bit about what the consumer's looking at and what they're attracted to visually, because there's a lot of cocktails that are made full of sugar, but they look really fun. Like who hasn't gone to a hotel in Hawaii or something and see someone come out with a big blue cocktail?
I love it.
What's in that? Like, what is that? It's not.
It's me. My favorite martini is a blue martini. So that's all.
Really?
Blue, blue curacao and Cointreau, right?
So that's all like
Sugar.
And fake coloring.
Yeah.
So I was like, of course, I'm building the brand to be this wellness minded to transparent brand. And I'm not, every step of the way, there was something, even now, there's things that are always challenging me financially, or just to get it done faster, or to get it done. Yeah, it's usually cheaper. Actually, that's always the thing that it comes down to. Like, we're about to launch Ving RTDs and doing canned cocktails. And we were talking about that. And
yes.
It's like, how do you serve the customer something in a can that's not going to be dangerous? And a lot of people put Velcro in it. And then the discussions around Velcro and how does that affect your body? And so these are always things that are being challenged with as the founder.
So how did you get the green out of the vodka? Just out of curiosity, just coming back to that.
Yeah, so we redistill it. I mean, basically, so when you're redistilling something, you're re-evaporating it, and because it's already been distilled, and you're getting rid of the color that way.
I see. Okay,
so that was like a 10-minute answer to a question I could have answered in like 2 seconds.
Which is how we ended up on Instagram today for 40 minutes.
We already established that I'm Italian and you're Jewish, and we're just going to talk forever. And
yeah, and I wanted to say this morning is that Tony Soprano said, Jews and Italians, they're the same people. It's just that the Italians have better food.
I don't know about that, especially when it comes to you.
Well, I mean, listen, I think that was a true statement.
This is you and I.
Yes, you and I together. Okay, so I want to say hi to Susan Thomas, who is here. Thanks for joining us. So let me ask you a question. Because we missed this morning, which is good that we missed something this morning because we have something to talk about now. But let's talk for just a minute about this pop top that you're trademarking and patenting. Which is a pop top for aluminum cans. And really, everybody, you are hearing it here for the first time. This is going to revolutionize aluminum cans. So, and you heard it, and you have met and know Flo Vinger, the woman who has invented it. Go, baby.
Wow. I hope that that's true. So that has been another
journey. Know that it's true. There's no hope.
I love you for saying that.
I know that it's true.
I love you for that. So going down this journey is like, my brain can't stop. Like we were talking about earlier, the things that you learn about the industry and what's happening in the world, the more I have my own company and dig into like, where is plastic coming from? Where is glass coming from? What kind of glass? Who makes it? How do they make it? What are the pollutants in the air? I mean, there's just so many things you have to think about to build a responsible, transparent brand. And so, like I told you, I get excited about a lot of things and I just want to do them. So when I was thinking of doing, when all the riots happened, I wanted to do this bike ride, basically. I wanted to just get on my bike and ride. And because I was so upset about everything that was going on. And when I did that, I was like, I should just do a Ving water. And that led me to thinking, yeah, but what am I going to put it in? I was like, everybody's putting water in plastics. I was like, but plastics are killing us. And we're basically eating microplastics, like, because plastic goes in the ocean. It never fully breaks down and disappears. It turns into microplastics, and fish eat those microplastics. And then we eat. I mean, it's just, your brain starts to explode. And then I was like, well, what is something that is sustainable? And of course, then I'm looking at aluminum. And aluminum, actually, the good side of aluminum is that it is the most sustainable element on the planet. So 73 to like 75% of aluminum that we drink today, no, we're not drinking aluminum, but you know what I mean, that we have RTDs today is recycled aluminum. And yeah, it is amazing.
That is amazing. That's a fact. That is a fact that I didn't know, that aluminum is one of the most recyclable elements that we use.
It goes on forever. It never breaks down. So it can always be recycled.
Which is amazing. However, as you know, I believe that aluminum is very toxic. Right. And I was very concerned about that. Of course, everybody has heard me say that when I cook, don't ever put the aluminum over the food, put parchment paper first, then put aluminum over the top of that so that you're keeping it separate. And I know you looked that up today, but you made me aware that these aluminum cans that we're actually drinking out of are lined in a non-toxic material. And so there's that.
Yeah, so that's very important because, of course, that is my next thought. Like exactly what you said is like, isn't aluminum terrible for you? I mean, but if you actually put, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you put something in aluminum, like food, that doesn't have any protective lining in it, like when you're drinking an RTD, or RTD, by the way, people who don't know, is just ready to drink.
Oh, ready to drink.
Okay, so it just means something that it's in a can, you just pop it open and drink it, like a coffee, a sports drink, whatever. So anyway, but if you had like, okay, so this is an aluminum can, right? And if you can actually feel it. So like and you can feel that it's got some smoothness to it.
It's probably a silicone, wouldn't you say?
I'm going to find out exactly what it is. And then
I felt the inside
and
it feels like a silicone to me. And yet I do bake on silicone all the time because it is marketed now as non-toxic. Who knows in 10 years what we'll find, but nonetheless.
When you put cookies on a cookie pan,
cookie sheet.
You always use a sheet.
Absolutely. I use a silicone liner and then I put parchment over the top of that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Especially if it's for my grandchildren, right? Because I don't want them, listen, heavy metals is a very toxic item for the body. And many of us are very highly allergic and reactive to metals in our body. And we don't even realize, unless you have a blood test or a urine test, how many metals are actually in your body. Well, and you need to cleanse out of that.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about that too, but what I'm going to do, especially since after this conversation, is because I am very concerned about offering a product in aluminum cans, even though like the biggest players in the world do it, like Coke, Pepsi, Budweiser, all of those guys, but that doesn't mean anything. It means that I have to do my own research. So I'm going to actually put Ving Vodka in a can. I'm going to make it a can. It's going to be a canned cocktail with, either Ving corn or Ving organic kale lemon cucumber. And we're also, and this is another first, we're going to do a Ving tea. So we're very
excited. That's going to be great. So can I just
let me tell you, I'm going to do a long-term lab analysis on the toxicity of aluminum in these cans to really figure out
Good girl.
What's happening. And then I can give you a lab answer.
And you'll come back.
I will. I'll give you a lab answer.
We've had 3 questions.
Yeah.
Same question. Where can you buy it? Where can you buy it in Las Vegas? So Las Vegas. So these were all Las Vegas questions.
Okay, so Las Vegas would have to be shipping right now. So
and Teresa just said vodka infused tea. She's like, her heart is palpitating.
Yeah, we're very excited. I got to thank Brigitte. Shout out to Brigitte for that one because that's her passion. And we're getting fair trade tea from India. So that's organic. So it's gorgeous.
Where do we get it in Las Vegas?
So actually the best place for right now for people in Las Vegas is to order online. So if you go to vingvodka.com, there is a shipping option there. And I'm very happy and proud to announce we were in discussions with Southern Glazers Wine and Spirits for 2 years, and we finally pulled the trigger and signed all the contracts. And I was told we were the only brands signed on to Southern Glazers during COVID. So we are ecstatic. We love Southern Glazers. We think they're amazing. We're going to be with Southern Glazers in Las Vegas. So we're hoping, I'd love to be in Vegas for the summer. So we're working on it.
Yeah, let's hope that we have people here in the summer. Vegas could use it. And as far as Arkansas goes, my dear friend watching from Arkansas, it'll get there, or you can go online and order it directly, right?
We're available, and you can order any and have it delivered to you, shipping anywhere in the States.
Show us your drink, my friend.
Okay, so this is my favorite drink right now. And I kind of discovered by happenstance because I was making this. So I want you to make your drink too while I'm making mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got to push the chair back. So my husband just said, please tell us. I think he must miss the first part of the show. He said, tell us about the carbs, calories, and sugar in Ving Vodka.
So there
aren't any.
Okay, let's go back to what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
Basically, when you start out with something that's bad, and you're serving it to consumers, and not it's bad, something that's like not amazing, let's just say that, something that is okay, you're going to have to do something so it's very desirable, right? Mm-hmm. So when people who are starting out with lesser grain or I am going to say non-organic because I have tasted the difference between organic and non-organic, like at the purest level. And I would say there's a humongous difference in alcohol. That's why I made Ving Vodka 100% organic, because it was very important to me to have the cleanest spirit and start out with something that was gorgeous. Otherwise, you're just polishing a turd, right? So that's why people add thickeners or sugars or whatever. So because I'm starting out with a non-GMO, beautiful corn, ethanol corn, basically the corn has nothing in it except that. And it's gorgeous. So,
and where does this corn grow? So I'm trying to turn this around so you can see me make. Where is it?
It's in Middle America.
Oh, it is. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
I wasn't sure if they could.
Cucumber, I found the most beautiful produce supplier I could in Los Angeles, and I've thrown a couple pallets away, which is very painful, but the produce just wasn't up to par. And I realized because I'm not hiding anything, I'm not using any synthetic ingredients at all, that the produce has got to be stellar. So while I'm talking, I want you to pour 2 ounces of Ving Vodka and put it in your cup.
Okay. And then I want you to pour, do I need ice? Do I need ice?
If you want it, yeah. But you can do this first, stir it, and then add ice, just so it all mixed together.
All right.
But you're going to do 4 ounces of your organic.
I have actually never cooked while on the laptop, so this is a new one for me. I do this every day on the iPhone, but this is like a new one. So, okay.
So you're going to do 4 ounces of your organic grape. Ooh, I like that.
Okay, wait a minute.
Organic.
Where's my shot glass? Okay, am I using the kale vodka?
Yes, I want you to use that.
Okay.
So, are you doing the
grapefruit? Yeah, the grapefruit.
Which glass are you using?
Well, so I can either use this one. Isn't that so fabulous?
That's
my sister gave me that.
That's very like high-end class.
It is. It is. I love this. Okay, so
and I'm gonna give you a little bit of stronger cocktail because you deserve it. Because you work hard.
You're gonna give me a little bit of what?
A little stronger, a little more.
Oy well, and I just want to tell you something. This is hey, you like that move? Hey, I just want to tell you something. This is the rub here. So we were on a 4-day juice cleanse, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, right? Yesterday morning, the vodka arrived. I could not go from juice cleanse to vodka. Like I needed to. Yesterday was our first.
Yes, you can. Once you taste Ving, you're going to take that back.
Oh, don't say that. My husband's all in. He'll be down in a minute.
it's so clean. Well, actually, before we do this, I want to do a taste test with you.
Oh, okay. Where do I put it?
Do you have the corn?
Yes.
Okay, I want you to taste the corn first.
Okay, hold on, everybody.
And then I'm going to keep talking while you're getting that ready. So, if I can remember what I was talking about. So, the produce that I get while you're getting your stuff together, I'm going to finish the thing. Yeah. So the produce that I use for the Ving kale lemon cucumber, like I was telling you, these are some painful things that I had to do in the beginning financially. Is I basically threw like a couple of not threw it away, but we recycled it and we're thoughtful about how we put it. So I want to do a little tasting with you. So just do a little bit, a little tiny bit.
Okay.
That's good. Okay.
Oh my God.
Now what I want you to do is nose it. Don't drink it yet.
Well, listen, I really love vodka. My grandmother used to drink martinis and she would put her olives, and when we went to a dinner show here in Vegas, she would take her olives out and say, "Do you want my olives?" And I would eat her olives.
Wait, hold on. You were like out on the town and she would just like pocket olives. She'd just have like a bag of olives?
She'd order a martini and then she would take her olives out of the martini when we were at the dinner show and say, "Would you like my olives?" And I loved her olives. And
because you really loved the vodka that was soaked in the
olives.
Yes,
I did. And I probably sat through the show a little better because of it. She probably knew what she was doing.
Like, this show's great.
Okay. Are you ready for a taste?
Okay. Now smell it. What do you smell? Tell the audience, tell the viewers what you smell.
Well, that's what it brought me back to. That's what it brought me back. That's what it brought. That's why I brought it up. Yes.
So what do you describe the smell?
Well, it's very pure and it's a very distinctive vodka smell to me. It's like, I know this
I noticed about you, what you're doing now, you're going like this and you're not going, oh. So a lot of vodkas, you can't even do that without getting this very punch in the face of like a very strong ethanol.
Ethanol. Yeah. Okay.
So the fact that you can even do that, now do a little taste. And you know how to taste, like just like you're doing wine, taste it just like that. And you're doing it at room temperature, which is the best way to taste spirits, to really know the quality.
That's really smooth. I'm not sure that I could actually sip. In fact, this, so you know what I love? Oh my God.
So
Wow.
what I want you to notice
No, I just have to say this. I love other than a blue martini, which is all sugar. I love dirty martinis, which is all fat. But I love dirty, like I can taste a dirty martini in this. It's just amazing.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is blow your mind with a dirty martini. I actually want you to make one dirty martini. Okay, because I'm gonna blow your mind. We're gonna switch your cocktail now that you said that. Okay, what I want you to notice with the corn though is you had no, like, there's no aftertaste, right? I'm telling you because I know. Okay. But you're not getting any bitterness on aftertaste, right?
No, none. That's
very important. So you'll see if you drink another like lesser vodka, you're gonna notice if you drink it just straight without, even if you put a bunch of stuff in it, you're getting a very bitter aftertaste. So to me, that's sign of a very high quality alcohol spirit. So that's why one of the things I love about Ving Vodka. So now I want you to do the same thing with the kale lemon cucumber Ving Vodka.
Oh, all right. Let me switch glasses.
You could actually put it in the same glass.
Well, I didn't drink the whole thing. I need to finish the call, and I've got a 4 o'clock other business Zoom call. So, like, I need to be able to make that call.
The other thing I want to tell people, like, while you're doing this, so when you get a glass like that, a lot of times the dishwasher has leftover residue. And if you're really doing a real tasting, just always give it a sniff, and you shouldn't smell anything. If you do, you can always just rinse the glass.
Wow. This is the kale, cucumber, lemon.
Kale, lemon, cucumber. Yeah. That's the Ving Vodka, kale, lemon, cucumber.
Wow. I don't even know what to say about it.
That's the reaction I like. And with a smile on your face as opposed to wow.
Yeah, no, this doesn't take me back to my grandmother. This took me back to real vodka from the 50s. Okay. Cause I'm sure that vodka was actually real in the 50s. Not organic. Like, organic.
Yeah. Not like synthetic ingredients.
Yes. But
so let me explain to you.
This has, I can smell the lemon.
Yeah.
I can smell the cucumber. Sometimes the smell of kale is overwhelming though, right? Kale is a very tough vegetable and it can be very pungent actually. And I'm not getting that. I'm getting cucumber and lemon. I'm getting cucumber, lemon, and something else. I just don't know what the something else is, but it must be kale, right?
You know what it is? No, it's love.
Oh.
It's love. Yeah. In every batch.
You know what? And I forgot to tell you this morning that everybody who is here at the end of our call, this is my favorite line, all say spread love like butter. So when we're done, you get to say it with
Amen.
Me. Yes,
Amen.
Because love, when you put love into food, it always tastes better.
I think we should say spread love like vodka though. I'm going to switch it up.
I don't think, well, all right. We'll debate it.
Okay, so
are you ready for me to taste?
Okay, but this is what I want to tell. I want to ask you one more question. I know you don't have to take big sips because I don't want you I want you to be okay for your next call. But what I was gonna say was I want you to take it one more time. Even if you take the smallest sip, what I want you to notice is how does it feel on your lips? How does it feel on your tongue? And what kind of taste are you tasting? What's the residual? So try
from this.
What do you have left in your mouth? Whoa, yes.
Taste.
What do you take? What do you have any flavor left in your mouth?
I just have a taste. I know there's a taste, but I'm not able to, sometimes when I taste vodka, I'm like, ooh, that's vodka, I don't have that. I don't have that. I don't have that.
I'll tell you what I get.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, if you have never lined up bought little sample glasses like this of every vodka on the market, it's very hard to pinpoint the notes. Do you know what I mean? And the viscosity. I find vodka to be one of the most difficult things to describe. But I've been doing it for 8 years now. So I have more vocabulary in my arsenal of how to communicate. And I even feel that sometimes it's frustrating to communicate it, right? But I can say, I'll say with the kale, my Ving Vodka kale lemon cucumber, and why it took me so long is exactly what you just said about the kale. So kale can be prickly, right? So the kale, everybody gets scared when they hear kale because they think it's gonna, taste like farts or something. But basically the kale is really there as like a peppery undertone, right? And the amount in time that you are doing your infusion is part of the recipe. So that's why it's extremely important, because it can get funky real quick. So that's why it took so long. And then to figure out the balance of that and to figure out, oh, do I want to add cinnamon to this? I'm not that I would, but I'm just saying, like, do I want to add?
It's a recipe. I mean, this is what you and I have in common, is that everything is a recipe.
It is.
Vodka is a recipe, and it's a very carefully scienced recipe. It's not just salt, pepper, fat, and acid. Those are the 4 elements of all good meals, is the balance of salt, heat, fat, and acid. So, it's not just that.
Yeah. So what I want you to do now is make a cocktail. And
okay.
I'm going to make a different cocktail while you make yours, but I want you to make I'm going to switch your cocktail. So take your rosemary out so it doesn't get too over infused, and use that for cooking.
Oh, it's way over infused. I actually made the sugar water with it.
Yeah, no, that's what I wanted you to do, but you can take the sprigs out now. And then you can use that for another cocktail or something else. But I just wanted you to
I'll just set it aside now.
I just wanted you to take the sprigs out.
Okay, all right, I'll set it here.
Is sprigs a word?
Yeah, sprigs is a word. So I have.
So when you get your best olives, go grab them.
I have blue cheese olives from the Temecula Olive Oil Company.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be. I'm gonna take over and start telling people about my cocktail. Hi, now that she's gone, isn't she amazing? Let's just start there. I can't see any of your comments, so. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. What I'm going to do today with Ving Vodka, while she's getting her blue cheese olives, is I'm actually going to make, and I want, okay. So I'm using actually tangerine, lemon, and a lime. And so I'm going to also use Ving Vodka, and I'm going to just use the regular farm fresh corn, and I'm actually going to use Cointreau. So I was making this. So what I'd like you to do is, do you have a shaker with ice? You're amazing. Okay,
so I forgot to put ice in it, so I'm going to do that.
Let's put the ice in it. Now I'll keep talking. Okay. So what I did was, I used one of these jammies, and I just squeezed out the juice, and I actually strained it. So I have a little bit of that because I didn't want all that pulp. So this is my tangerine. And so basically it's going to be 2 ounces of the tangerine. I know this is 2 ounces, but this is a jigger. That's an ounce. That's a half an ounce. I know this is 2 ounces because I already measured it.
Okay, go ahead. I have to just send this.
So actually this cup might not be big enough, but I just know from experience, that about like half of a lemon, if it's like a normal size lemon or lime, it's almost like it's either going to be about a quarter of an ounce. We can play with it though. I want to say one thing too. You probably have told your people this, but if you roll lemons and limes,
oh yeah, for sure,
you get the juice out better. So the other thing too is you can take a little peeler if you feel like being fancy, and you take a little peel. Actually, this isn't working at all, so I'm going to abandon ship on that.
Oh, I've got a peeler. You want me to show how it's done?
Yeah, can you hand it to me?
Hold on. See there, I've already had too much drink. Okay, how do you want me to start?
Okay. So I want you to fill it with ice and then put 2 ounces and shake it, get it cool. And I don't know if you like vermouth, but
no, I don't.
Now while she's doing that, I'm gonna this is not the best way to do it, but I want to do something bigger. But I bet you this is about either going to be usually like at least a quarter. So that was a half a lime. Let's see how much I get out of that. Yeah, it's a quarter. So that was half. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't telling lies. Okay, so it's about a quarter. You did a quarter of an ounce of that.
Okay.
And then, so what I have the lemon. This is lemon juice that I made. We just did 5 pallets of the kale lemon cucumber, and we had to go 20 cases of lemons. So this is some of that organic. I know it was a lot of lemons. So I'm taking another quarter.
So do you just like use old jars that you have and fill the old jars with the lemon juice?
Yeah.
And how long does that keep in your refrigerator? The fresh squeezed lemon juice?
I started freezing that and red wine so I can cook with it.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Even though red wine, it gets kind of weird when you freeze it, but I put it in ice cube trays and it gets a little mushy, but to me, I can never drink a full bottle of red wine. So I just like freeze, and then I use it in my vegetables and it's dynamite.
You know what? That is a great idea because I'll tell you, I freeze basil in olive oil. I freeze ginger. I freeze in ice cube trays, right? Silicone ice cube trays.
You can freeze basil?
Basil and olive oil. Yeah, because sometimes this time of year, especially, you cannot find basil. So if you're cooking a recipe with basil, it's frozen in the freezer. And I freeze it in olive oil, and I do the same with ginger juice, right? And then also lemon juice. What a great idea.
Yes, it's awesome. And it's great because you just take it out and throw it in the thing. So then you want to take your serrated bread knife and stir it. That's the only, it's just easy. So you're going to shake yours. So we want to chill it.
Am I going to shake it before I put in the juice from the olives?
Yeah. You want to? I didn't know how do you like it really dirty? How do you like it?
I like it dirty, baby.
Okay, well, normally I would say yes, but for this experiment, I'm going to say no. I just want you to chill the vodka. And can you chill the glass? So put some ice in the glass. So just let it chill. It chills, and we're going to throw the ice out. Yeah,
I know that part.
Okay. Ooh, look at you. Okay, while you're doing that, so basically this is just juice. So all this is tangerine juice. This is tangerine, lemon, and lime. And it's just very like this.
Lovely.
But now,
absolutely lovely. Okay, I've got to get off.
I got that thing in my cheeks.
Wait, hold on.
You ever get that? Oh. So I'm going to take my Cointreau. Now, Cointreau is basically an orange liqueur, and it's delicious. So I was telling them about Cointreau. It's an orange liqueur, and it's like very delish.
I love Cointreau. I could actually drink it straight. I love it.
It's really good.
I love it.
It's made in France, and I just read that it
also a substitute is triple sec if they can't find Cointreau, but I prefer. Yeah.
God, what a good team we make. So I'm using some of that because it adds, Cointreau is a liqueur because it has sugar in it. And actually, what I wanted to show you guys is what's cool about Cointreau is it's actually clear. So you know that they didn't put any like dyes in it. Look at that. Beautiful. So it's made from oranges, but it's not orange. It's because.
So should I pour out this vodka because I don't want it to get watered down, right?
Yeah. So now pour it in the glass. Pour it in the glass.
Dumping that. The glass is cool.
So Cointreau is super, super sweet. You can taste the sweetness on it. Orange, very, very smooth. And again, you want to take your serrated bread knife and mix that up. Now I'm going to add the best amazing part. I'm going to use, for this, tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, you pour it in your glass. Let's see what you got.
I did.
Okay, so now it's gorgeous, right?
Yes.
Now, what I want you to do is take some of that olive juice and put it in a little tiny, I don't know if you have a little tiny cup. So I want you to go a little bit at a time.
I have a shot glass, so I'll just pour it in the shot glass, right?
So while you're doing that, I'm going to add 1 ounce of Ving Organic Farm Fresh Corn Vodka.
Okay.
No sugar in it, no nothing, no carbs, gluten-free, sugar-free, vegan friendly. Vegan friendly. What does that mean? Vegan, keto friendly. I'm just making up things as we go.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes that happens.
So now you have it in your little olive juice, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the moment of truth. And you need to hold up your glass so your people can see what you're doing. Okay. I want you just to put, even if you took a spoon, that, you know what? Let's take a spoon. I'm worried you're going to put too much. Take a spoon and hold the glass up and then do that. Oh, no. Every time you do something, you guys. It's a lot of choreography in making cocktails. I don't know if you guys do that.
Oh my God, yes. Thank God.
Making cocktails is labor intensive.
Oh my God.
If you're like me, you just get some ice, put it in a cup, and pour Ving vodka in it. Okay. Yeah. Now, perfect. Okay, now hold the glass up. Let's see.
Well, one drop. Two drops got in.
Okay, now go ahead and put it in a little bit and stir it. Now we're going to do this until it gets to the perfect amount that you like.
Okay.
Now I want you to, I know there's no olives. It's not sexy right now. It doesn't have okay, now taste it.
Wow.
Do you think it needs a little more?
No, I don't. It's interesting. That is now, what did I tell you how I like my martinis? Very dirty. I always order them very dirty. Maybe because I'm trying to taste the olive juice over the vodka, right?
Well, that's why I wanted you to go a little bit at a time.
Okay.
Because,
So
but let me
more?
ask you this. So take, do me a favor. Take one more sip. Take one more sip so you remember what it tastes like. Like, you don't have to take a big sip, just a little, just for your palate. You put more in. I saw that.
I didn't.
You didn't. Okay.
No.
Okay. So now add a little bit more, because I want you to find the sweet spot, because you're gonna know when it knocks you over the head like a brick in a good way, that it tastes so amazingly delicious. Now you're using the kale, Ving Vodka kale, lemon, cucumber, organic.
Yes, absolutely.
So this is going to be an extremely different experience than the Ving Farm Fresh Corn. Just so you know.
That is really good.
Too much or did you like it before?
I liked it both ways. Is that bad?
Now take one of the rosemary sprays.
Oh.
But not the one that sat in the sugar.
Well, they all sat in the sugar.
Oh, they did? Do you have one that didn't?
I didn't. I put them all in because I cut them fresh from the garden. I went out to the garden. But I could put an olive in.
Well, I really wanted you to use rosemary, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. You could, it will add a little sugar. But
I have time. I have time.
I don't know what that would do. I've never tried thyme, but actually rosemary is dynamite. So if you just take a little bit, smack it, put it in, swirl it, it will blow. Actually, just use the rosemary. See if it works.
Okay.
It's going to add a little sugar, which you don't even need, but who cares? Just do it.
I'll go from the back end.
Yeah, swirl that puppy in there. Do a little bit more. Yeah, get it in there. And leave it in there because it will hit your nose unless it smells weird.
It doesn't.
Can you still hear from it?
I can't hear you. What?
Are you still, can you taste the rosemary now?
You know what? I think most of the flavor infused out of the rosemary into the sugar. I'm sorry to say.
So you'll do that some other time. But next time you do rosemary,
when I do, I'll take a picture and I will tag you.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's now you can do your olives.
Okay.
And that's it. And that's amazing. That's an amazing dirty martini, Ving Vodka, kale, lemon, cucumber infused cocktail, which is just dynamite.
I love that you really artistically just wanted for me not to just go, oh, I usually just like, listen, I never learned to drink. I'm not a drinker. I rarely drink.
Either.
And when I drink, I actually don't really know how. So either I just don't drink, or once I get started, I get happy and then I think I want more and then I get sick. It's
that's not we're not gonna let that happen again.
But I just want to say that I love that you artfully created this drink, that you artfully said, just add a little bit of olive juice at a time and see how that feels and see how that tastes.
Yeah, I mean, I think, for some two ladies who really love, like I love cooking too, and I love good food and I love clean food, to take the time I never thought, oh, we can actually take our time and think about actually how to make a cocktail. And I never thought about that before, but now, of course, I'm in this industry.
Look at how beautiful that is. That's absolutely beautiful.
And you know what? It's just...
See, she's spreading love like vodka.
Cheers.
Cheers, my darling. It has been such a pleasure.
Cheers, dears.
Cheers, baby. So everybody, can we give, thank you all so much for being here. Michelle Van Canagam is here. Cheers to you as well. Can everybody give applause? Give applause hands to the day, to the vodka maker, to the recipes. It'll all start. Give thumbs up or hearts or whatever you have, and just show us some love. Here it comes. Cynthia Berman said this was excellent. And so I'm going to make an invitation on behalf of Cynthia and Full House Fall. I could say it before I start drinking.
Peter Piper picked up pickles.
Yeah, there we go. Here comes the hearts. Here comes the everything, the stars, the love, the everything. So I'm going to tell you that the next time, Sherry Barassa, thumbs up, Cynthia Berman, the next time I am down, well, I'm actually going to be there on Tuesday, but the next time I'm there after that, unless you want to come down on Tuesday to Full House Fallbrook, you and Cynthia and I can hang out there and we'll make recipes in person and cook and drink and have a good time.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, think about it.
This is so good. I don't know if you like citrus.
I do.
You're gonna love this. This is like a perfect balance of like sweet, a little tart, citrus, and it's so refreshing. And it's just like, it's like almost like a little bit of Pop Rocks in your tongue.
Pop Rocks?
You know, the candies, Pop Rocks, and you eat them, they go, I was a big candy head when I was younger.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
Come on, shout out to, come on, let us know if y'all know what Pop Rocks.
If you know Pop Rocks,
yep,
Pop Rocks, there you go. You know, I think that that was in your generation, not mine. Cynthia said, I have, Cynthia grows blood oranges and passion fruit. So we could probably do something with that. So listen, Flo,
amazing.
You've been amazing. I had more fun with you this morning. That was like, usually my promos last 90 seconds to 3 minutes. We went for 40 minutes this morning on your page. Yep, 10 to 15 minutes. You are adorable. I can tell you that my entire audience who hung in there for this, and they're here every day, and they're so loyal. And I know they were all so much looking forward to you. You have inspired them. You have taught them things they don't know. Hopefully they'll go online and order Ving Vodka. You'll get a big bump right away. Everybody go online.
We have a discount. I think it's I'll give your people a discount. I think it's what is it? I don't know if Brigitte's watching. What is it? What's the discount? I don't remember.
Brigitte is watching, but she hasn't said it. Oh, yeah, she's watching, but she hasn't said it. Brigitte, can you
give people the discount code?
What is the discount code, Brigitte?
I know it's at Flask Fine Wines, which is in LA, and I think it's
Well, you know what? Maybe you can say it now and you guys can create a code. Here it is. It's Ving Social. Ving Social. VING Social.
One word, and I think it's
SOCIAL, all caps. Ving Social. I'll put it in the show notes.
I think it's like a 15% discount.
Oh, that's awesome, guys. So there you go. So online, vingvodka.com. Flo, you are a doll, baby. You are. I love you. You are. I'm just so happy to. Yeah, there you go. And you said it right. There you go. This morning she was calling you nanny buddy, which is fine. I love being your nanny buddy.
You're my buddy.
Yeah, you are. So all together, everybody who's still tuning in, and we still have quite a bit. On the count of 3, we say 1, 2, 3, go out and ready, Flo?
Yes.
Spread love.
And vodka.
Like butter.
Like vodka.
Love you, dear. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Vodka. Okay, we have to do it one more time clean.
Oh, okay. By all means.
We're going to do it 1, 2, 3. Spread love like vodka.
Butter. Oh, you want me to do the vodka? Okay, ready?
No, I thought it was funny you saying butter and me saying vodka.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
We're gonna have to do another take at some other point.
Listen, God willing, we'll do it.
This is live, people. I'm sorry, you get what you get. What can I say?
Love you so much, Flo. Thank you for everything.
Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who was watching. I hope you
enjoyed.
Bye,
everybody. Thank you so much.
Cocktails.
I hope you were inspired.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye.
Bye.